Previously on Silversun.
I think it would suit everyone if I just jumped back into the pod and pulled the lid closed after me.
Zandie, you're getting yourself worked up.
I'm sorry, but I'm as calm as I want to be. I've got to look out for myself. Nobody else will.
This is about Zandie, right? Unlawfully choosing her pod to reanimate, going against all onboard protocol and breaking the chain of command with complete disregard.
The point is, this is none of your business. And it'd be really great if you could just forget any of this actually happened, okay?
It's all clear to me now. I know why I was reanimated. You need somebody to blame when things mess up.
If you're different, like you and me, then it is always going to be them against us.
It's obvious that Zandie is trouble, and now she's teaming up with Degenhardt. We should give her an ultimatum. She must go back under within 24 hours.
That's not an ultimatum, that's an order.
The protocols of cryonics say that nobody can be put into suspended animation against their will.
Maybe she should be repotted by force.
Mara's right. She's a danger to this mission. To her or us. Starrunner leaves on its 90-year journey to the new world. On board, an elite young crew and 550 settlers frozen in suspended animation.
So here you are.
Here I am. Have been all morning.
I've been updating the medical records,
Sounds like fun.
and I came across something interesting. Pancha, are you listening?
Sorry, I didn't realise medical records required my full attention.
Zandie's file has been accessed several times.
That was probably when we were going through candidates for reanimation.
No, these were illegal. So you and your computer brain weren't aware of this?
Okay, I did know about them.
You knew, and you didn't do anything? Pancha, what were you thinking?
I had my reasons.
Would you also know who did it? You deliberately chose Zandie for reanimation, didn't you? I know you accessed her file just before she was reanimated. It's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? You access her file and then whoops, she's accidentally brought out of her pod.
Excuse me.
Degenhardt, you better tell Syriax what you did.
You threatening me, Mara? Is that regulation crew behaviour?
Syriax needs to know. If you don't tell him, I will.
You joining me for some rays?
No, I've already clocked out my daily quota.
Yikes. Don't break that quota. There's got to be against at least 8 rules.
I just saw you lying around in here and I thought I'd come in for a chat.
Well, you know me. Lying around's my specialty. I've had years of practice. So come on. Chat.
I just wanted to tell you how much I like having you around. I better go.
Okay.
I've got to see Syriax about something.
Deegs, you're weird.
You reckon?
Yeah, but that's what I like about you.
Central Operations System backed up. Check. Peripheral Maintenance System. Mara, the Peripheral Maintenance System. Sorry, Check.
Have you got a moment, Commander?
Sure, I'm listening.
Something you need to know. Something about Zandie's reanimation.
Day room session completed, sir. As requested, sir.
You chose to stay on board, Zandie. Now you have to live by the same rules and routines as the rest of us.
I wasn't complaining. It was just a joke.
You know, I think it's time you moved out of the sick bay and into the girls' dorm.
Hi, Zandie. What are you doing here?
On my bunk. Is this yours? Sorry.
And is that my top?
Maybe. I was getting hot and it was just lying around. I didn't exactly come prepared for the visit, if you know what I mean.
So you've moved in here permanently then?
Yep.
Great.
Wasn't it obvious that bunk was taken?
Not really.
What about all my stuff? That wasn't a giveaway?
I just thought it was a mess. Anyway, are the bunks allocated to particular personnel?
Not officially.
Then I'm happy where I am.
I'll take that. Yeah, thanks. That'd be good. What's this about?
Search me. Cinnamon, what's going on?
Dunno, someone's done something. But they're keeping quiet about it.
Isn't that your top?
Don't go there.
Okay, listen up. For those of you who don't already know, there's been a serious breach of conduct on board. It appears Zandie's reanimation was no accident. Degenhardt deliberately selected her for reasons which remain unclear. A disciplinary hearing will be convened to determine the best way to deal with Degenhardt's behaviour.
Why would he do that? That guy is such a loser.
The panel will also review Pancher's failure to report Degenhardt's actions.
Who's on the panel, Syriacs?
I'd like to volunteer. I'm up to date with all my
Thanks,
tasks.
Tane, but I've already chosen Mara and Shang. They'll be joining Lillian and me on the panel.
Typical.
Pancher, Degenhardt, you'll be confined to sickbay until the panel calls you. Understood?
Why wasn't I chosen?
It's nothing personal. I wasn't chosen either.
Neither was I.
Or me. I'm glad. The idea of having to judge people doesn't appeal to me.
Degenhardt deserves to be judged. He doesn't care what his actions mean for anyone else.
You don't like Degenhardt much, do you?
What Degenhardt did was wrong. He deserves what he gets.
I wonder how Zandie's taking it.
Zandie? She's probably in on it.
Yeah, right. They probably cooked the whole thing up while she was in the pod. And you know what? Pancher's probably part of it too.
This is Degenhardt we're talking about. Anything's possible.
Thanks for not squealing on me. I really appreciate it.
I didn't do it for you. I didn't tell anyone because it's not up to me to control other people's behaviour. You had your reasons. Who am I to stop you?
So how did Mara find out?
She noticed Zandie's file had been illegally accessed. I realised it when it happened. She came across it later.
So the only reason you didn't drop me in it earlier was because no one directly asked you what you knew?
Yep.
Hi. How's it going?
Fine. Just fine.
Look on the bright side. You're back in the land of the living.
Every friend, every acquaintance I've got is back in those pods. You're all strangers. Just leave me alone, please.
If you want to talk about it,
Are you deaf? I said leave me alone.
You want to elaborate on that?
Not really. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I go and try and make an effort, and what do I get? Yelled at, that's what.
Do you want to fill me in on what we're talking about?
Zandie.
New girl syndrome.
It's more than that.
She's moved into the dorm, right?
Oh, yes. She took my bed, messed up all my stuff. But that's cool, I can handle that.
Maybe she wants some attention.
Maybe. And then this whole Degenhardt thing. I go and try to be nice and she totally throws me out. I just don't get her.
When were you first aware of Degenhardt's actions?
The moment he entered the wrong code into the control pad.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
Degenhardt's responsible for his own actions. There was no computer error, so really it's none of my business.
Even though his behaviour endangered others?
When I got this ability to interface with a computer, I made some rules. One of them was not to blab about other people's private use of the computer.
What about the trauma this has caused Zandie?
The fact that I can monitor other people doesn't mean that I should have to.
I agree with Panja about respecting people's privacy, but it's not as clear-cut as that.
She's obliged to report information when it has implications for the crew and the mission.
Yeah, but where do you draw the line?
Looks pretty serious in there.
Can you make out what they're saying?
Yep. Bloody blah 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 blah. Now Lillian's going yabba 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 yabba.
Oh no. Mara's got that look.
You mean that scary don't mess with me one?
Poor Panja. She's toast. Oi, where are you going? What's going on?
Can't talk, I must delete.
Delete what?
I'm covering my tracks before Panja discovers that I've been illegally downloading computer games.
You don't think she might already know?
How?
She is the computer. She knows what it knows. Anyway, the point is, Panja didn't dob Degenhardt in. So chill. Your silly secret's pretty safe.
Why did you ignore orders and reanimate your own choice of candidate?
It's hard to explain.
We'd like you to try.
It's just that ever since I signed on, I've never really fitted in.
What's that got to do with your actions?
This was my big chance to bring someone new into the mix. Someone more like me. Someone who got me.
But the reanimation was only meant to be temporary.
I know. I guess I just wanted someone to hang around with. Even for a short time.
I don't buy this sob story. He's lied to us before. Who's to say he isn't now?
Thanks, Mara. You just proved my point. You don't get me. No one here does.
You've had a pretty tough day.
If this is the whole let's feel sorry for the new girl and pretend we care thing, don't bother.
You this tough on everyone?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good. Because I wouldn't want any special treatment.
You know what really sucks?
What?
That he treated me like an object. He was bored, so he got me out like some vid disc.
But Degenhardt's not a bad person. He's just sort of misunderstood. You know, the fact that he chose you is probably some sort of warped compliment.
Sure doesn't feel like one.
So what are you going to do about it?
About Degenhardt? Nothing.
So you're just planning on avoiding him for the next 80 years?
No.
Good. Because this ship's not big enough for that. Besides, you can't stay mad at him forever.
Why not?
Because we're a close-knit group. Things go wrong, but we sort it out. Everyone sticks together and pulls their own weight and respects each other's rights.
What about my rights? Nobody thought about that when they dragged me out of my pod. Don't talk to me about respect, please.
Look, Zandie, you've got to give a little to get a little. That's all I'm saying.
Why do you think I chose to reanimate the cryonics expert?
Because he would have had specialist knowledge.
And did you consider this in your decision to reanimate Zandie?
No, not really.
What about Zandie? Did you think about how this would affect her?
No.
Her refusal to be resuspended could threaten our resources and compromise the mission.
Couldn't she just become part of the mission?
That is not for you to have a view on.
So what now?
Now we consider your punishment.
Thanks.
No biggie. I never liked the bottom bunk much anyway. View's much better from up here.
Keep it. It looks heaps better on you.
Thanks.
You sure you want to do that?
That's what our homework was.
That's rubidium.
Yeah, I'm sure it was in the equation we had to test for homework.
Did you write it down? Trust me, it wouldn't have been rubidium. It ignites on contact with air.
Well, it was something starting with R.
Attention all crew. Please report to the gym.
Saved. Come on, let's start packing. Degenhardt's going down.
Pancha.
We have decided that you will not be punished for your failure to report Degenhardt's actions.
But from now on, if you get information that impacts on other members of the crew or the mission, you must report it.
Pancha, do you understand and accept the panel's findings?
Yes, I do.
Degenhardt.
Your case is far more serious. You lied, went against orders, and did not think through the results of your actions.
Lying and disobeying orders is bad, but not thinking things through is worse. We had trouble deciding on a punishment for you, so we referred to the commander.
Degenhardt, we talked a lot about the implications of your actions and how your behaviour affects others. Do you feel you've got a clear understanding of our concerns?
Yes, I do.
Good. You have 2 hours in which to choose whatever punishment you feel is appropriate and proportionate to your actions.
No way!
Bear in mind that, like your actions, your choice of punishment will affect us all.
I had no idea Degenhardt felt so alone. That's terrible. The only thing that's terrible is Cyriak's decision. As if Degenhardt can be trusted to pick his own punishment.
It's not just about the punishment, Tane. Cyriak knows what he's doing. He wants Degenhardt to learn from his mistake.
Don't hold your breath.
Why are you so hard on him?
Well, someone's got to be. I bet you Degenhardt chooses some really lame punishment, like restricting his computer game access. If I were in charge, things would be different. Make sure Degenhardt didn't get off so lightly, that's for sure.
Just as well then. I'd hate to think what you would have done to me.
Zandie. Zandie. Can I come in?
Do you care what I think?
Yeah, I do actually.
If you've come here because you're feeling guilty, don't bother.
I've come because I want to explain what I did.
Why? So I can forgive you and make you feel better? Think again.
I want you to know why I did what I did. I want that to be clear between us. And if you still hate me, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but I'll totally understand.
That's big of you.
Just hear me out, okay? When I came across your file, I saw how much we had in common, and I felt a real connection to you. I really wanted to know you, but I knew that if I waited until we got to the new world, I'd be old and crusty. If I was going to meet you, this is my one chance.
You pulled me out of my pod just because you liked my file. That is so selfish. What about me? What about my mission and what I wanted? You didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't. The rush of finding someone who got me, someone to click with. It's a feeling that's hard to explain. But it's something I'd hope you'd felt too. I know what I did was wrong. And I'm sorry.
Being sorry doesn't change the fact that you used me and lied to me. Friends don't do that.
Degenhardt. Have you made your decision?
Yes.
Are you satisfied that the punishment fits your actions?
I think I've come up with something that's fair.
Let's hear it.
I've decided that the best punishment is for me to be cryonically suspended in place of Zandie. That way, any imbalance caused by my actions will be made right. What I did was wrong, and it affected everyone. Zandie most of all. And now I want to make amends.
You do realise what you're saying?
This time I've thought it through, yes.
There isn't another punishment option you want to consider? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. My decision is final.
So be